The recipe for Iron Brew was first put together by Robert Barr in the late 19th century in Falkirk. The first adverts we have for the product occur in 1900 in the Falkirk Cookery Book. So that's quite an early date. And from there on, its fame spread pretty rapidly, particularly when Robert's son, Andrew G. Barr, established a works at Parkhead in Glasgow and started manufacturing the products there as well. Iron Brew was not simply made just by the Robert Barr family. It was made by many, many other companies in Scotland. But it was only in 1946 that Barr's changed the name to the phonetic spelling that we know today, Irn Bru. And with that change in spelling, they were able to register it as a trademark, and therefore it became unique to them. And it is one of the more enduring trademarks that we have in Scotland today. Originally, Robert Barr used to sell Iron Brew as a health drink. And he sponsored tug-of-war teams, and athletes endorsed the product. It was seen as nutritional, as a food drink. In 1906, the company promoted the fact that the fasting man of Mons Butte had fasted for 40 days, drinking only Barr soda water, very pure, and that he was able to recuperate on Iron Brew. So that's the nutritional value of the product. In the 1950s, the company also produced a cartoon strip character known as Ba-Bru. And the adventures of Ba-Bru were published in all the newspapers in Scotland at the time. He was a black man accompanied by a Scotsman who used to go around, and every time they ended up drinking a bottle of the wonderful liquid. The marketing team also came up with wonderful punchlines, and I'm sure there are very few of us who've not heard the words made from girders and Scotland's other national drink. But if we go back a wee bit, back to Falkirk, in 1873, Robert Barr started manufacturing the lemonade that went into the bottles. His father had worked in the Howgate, making the corks that went into the necks of the bottles, but he thought that he would take advantage of this new trend towards aerated waters. Aerated waters simply consist of coloured and flavoured water with carbon dioxide pushed into them to provide the gaseous content. And it's said that only the head of the Barr family knew the whole recipe for Iron Brew. That's traditional anyway. In 1930, Robert Barr bought a cart horse known as Carnera, who they pushed widely as being the largest working cart horse in the world at the time. His fame was also very well known throughout the whole of Stirlingshire. The horse was tragically died in an accident in 1937 on the Cow Wynd on the Mission Brae, when he slipped on the icy cobbles and had to be put down. And of course it made the headlines in the local newspaper. Shortly before that, another one of Barr's horses had been killed when the steeple had been hit by lightning, and it was buried under the tumble of the spire. So Barr's and Barr's products became very much part of local life at that time. But that later life, with the cartoon characters and these wonderful slogans, a sign of the development of the consumer society and of the power of marketing. So that's why Iron Brew is included as one of our local 10.5 objects. But it's only half an object, because we can't preserve the liquid itself, which is a delicate balance of ingredients, because it decays so rapidly. So what we have are the bottles and the cans.